What's up, everybody? Good morning. It is Crash and Burnt. We've crashed
and we
burnt.
And we're still burning.
Yes, and have a deeper love for hippies. I want to be one. I may be partially one already after some of the things that I was thinking and saying to people yesterday.
Hippies had a Dr. Seuss bike.
We just saw the craziest. Look at this shit. All right. It's a bicycle that you work like an elliptical. This motherfucker.
I've never seen one or knew that thing existed.
Called it a Dr. Seuss bike and then called it a falafel fuffle.
Well, you know, it'd be called something weird in the book.
And then he made reference to the fact that you hear that horn, you know, the noise it makes, like in the Dr. Seuss cartoons, like, and now I can't stop hearing it. Like when the guy rode by, he was like, and all I heard was falafel, 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 falafel. I don't know, that's fucked up. It's too early.
There he is.
He is making, this is the third time this dude has came around this park, and he is trucking. Like, he is hauling ass. Falafeling it up. Isn't falafel a food?
I think so.
All right.
I've never seen one of them in my entire
I
life.
look like shit.
They don't even have an infomercial for that.
It's been a long couple of days. As you can tell, I have like 5 different outfits on and layers. It was fucking cold last night, dude.
Yes, it was.
And then I got a migraine at the end of the night. I curled up in a ball on the front seat, and he went wandering.
Well, you missed the end of Chirp.
Yeah, I did. I missed the end of Chirp, which I'm sad about, because they were really awesome. However,
people are probably like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, the Handmade Music Festival, the Ruppel Brothers, holy shit. Dude, you guys have to go look these guys up. They are absolutely amazing. And their mom, Shelly, coolest woman in the world. Hands down. Like, if there was ever a woman that didn't really look hippie, but totally had that vibe, this would be it. She was the coolest person in the world. Like, super, super sweet. And her sons, some of the most humble, like, down to earth, musically
great
talented
talent.
people I have ever stood in front of. Like, honestly, the band was amazing. And then my favorite guy that I met yesterday who was playing the fiddle totally stopped me. My autism, like, we're walking along and I heard this kid playing the fiddle, and all of a sudden I just went, I just stopped.
That guy's like involved in 3 bands. That guy's busy.
Yeah, and I have his business card. So once I get a better sit down and get all my information together from yesterday, we're going to be coming back on and talking about the bands and everybody that we met. And but I'm telling you, you guys you missed it. I'm telling you, like, next year you got to go. It was so much fun. And then if you camp,
yeah, we got robbed on that one.
if you camp and the people are still alive and moving, it's like a hippie party back there. Like, they got it all lit up and everybody comes out, and it's cool when you walk in too, because there's like big old peace symbols that have been made by hand, and like, it's a totally different world. Like, on one side of it, it was all of the music festival, and then on the other side of that wood line, it was a totally different world. Like, everybody was like total hippies out, sitting out, just being natural. And dude,
crazy colored lights.
it was amazing.
There was
really
an old
was.
60s bus done up back there.
Dude, everything about the place back there was a totally different world from the music festival itself. And then you get to meet Shelly and everybody that actually coordinated everything. Hands down, love you guys. You all are amazing. You did a great job. I know a lot of people were saying, the numbers were way down from what it was before. Well, look at the economy. It is not that people don't love music. It's not like we all just stopped loving music last year and we're like, no, we're not going to go. But if you get the chance next year, you guys got to do it.
Yes,
It's
definitely.
amazing.
Definitely do it.
It was so much fun. We ate edibles
I
and
think
we
it was
smoked.
too much weed.
Smoked a lot of weed.
I don't even know if we'll feel this. We might have to smoke like 12 of these.
There was definitely a lot of weed going on. And it didn't matter where you went, you know, like earlier in the day, because of course people had kids out there, everything was separated, you know, people had actual spots that you would go to smoke. But then at like, I don't know, a certain point in the evening, you started to notice that like there were very few children, and everywhere that you went, there was smoking, and I was like asking people, like, should I go somewhere? You know, like I'm in a park.
Well, give props out to the band that started that, what was it, Distant Stars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely a great band. One of my favorite bands of the festival for sure.
Yes. Yes.
And you can look them up on YouTube and follow them. I'm following them
The
right
first
now.
night was Bacoli and Distant Stars. And then
Well, we missed a lot of the first night, so.
And then yesterday, I mean, the second we got there, and we got there when it started, it was pretty early still.
Dude, it's too early for this guy to be like at lap 12.
He looks like he's ellipticaling. He's a little slower this time around.
We just need to ask him if he needs some green eggs and ham at his breakfast time. That looks so silly to me.
I would not do that on a bike. I would not do that on a hike.
Exactly.
Nor would I do the two of them too fucking together. Like, I'm so unhealthy. I'm sitting here doing this and drinking this and just spent 2 days jamming to music and not sleeping.
And eating things like
You want to know
old hot dogs.
You want to know what's the cool? Yeah. Oh my God, Ma's Kitchen. This woman, I love her. Like seriously, she came in and did free food for the performers and the people that were working there, and because we were covering the bands and getting all that stuff in the pictures, and she actually fed us. Like, I love you to death. Ma's Kitchen, you're the shit. You guys got to try her too. That food was really good. It's homemade stuff. Like, and you wouldn't think that it's somebody. Here's the
Does
thing.
she do regular food though?
Yeah, she does. There was catering stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So you wouldn't think people would just be like, I'm just gonna come in and give all my time to do this. You know what I mean? She said that they got the food, and she came in and she got the food and then started doing everything, and she didn't charge one dime. Nothing. She did it, and that's how everybody there was, dude. Everybody that was there doing stuff was doing it out of the kindness of their heart. And the backstory to the Ruppel brothers and their mother is amazing. So 6 years ago, they told her she had a year to live, that she had cancer, and it looked bad, you know. And she said that her sons were getting into music, so they got together a few bands and they did a musical benefit, and I guess it ended up being something huge. So what they did is they decided they were going to make this a yearly thing. And this was their fifth time that they've done it. And I hope and pray to God that it continues, because the level of, I don't even know how to say it, the level of generosity, the just inviting environment. Everybody was happy, and you couldn't help but, like, even the people that didn't dance around during the music, you couldn't help but move, because you had people that were like totally hippie dancing. Like, you had the guy over here that's flipping around and doing all his stuff, and then you had the other person over here who's like feather dancing, and like, it was amazing.
That one lady danced nonstop for like 8 hours.
I know. There was this really beautiful woman that, like, she was probably in her 40s, but there was just this happy, just glow about her, and she never stopped moving. It did not matter. Like, the second that music came on, she would feather dance, and just, it was awesome. Like, the vibe of the place was great. So please look this stuff up. Look up the Ripple Brothers. Look up the Ripple Benefit. Look up Handmade Music Festival. This is something that they are going to continue. Let's make this thing huge next year, you guys. You don't understand. There was even things for the kids to do. Like, they had these big bubble exhibit things, and these bubbles were bigger than me. I get it. I'm not minute, but I'm 5 foot tall.
Well,
you know what I mean?
A bunch of guys trying to eat them too.
Oh my God. So the first night when we were listening to music, we're standing there, and I see this guy next to me, and he's drunk as shit, and him and his friend are both cracking up. So naturally, nosy me, I'm like, what is going on? And I see the guy going, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and then I catch it. The kids that are blowing bubbles in front of them, as they're flying at them, these two are seeing who could catch the most with their mouth. And I was like, okay. And the guy's like, we're having a contest. And he catches one, and he goes, I'm winning. Like, I couldn't help but laugh. I was like, he's eating the fucking bubbles. Just the vibe, I'm telling you, is great.
Next year, there'll be people trying to inhale the fog machine.
I know, right? We saw one of the best Celtic, Scottish, Irish bands I've ever
definitely
seen.
This lady is one of the greatest singers. It jumps right into flute.
The band is called The Lash. It is shocking. The singer, she has a beautiful voice, which apparently, from what they said, she's never even... She just got on the microphone one day and started singing it. Yeah. And holy shit. But the even killer part about it is she goes from seamlessly does it. She goes from the simple, just beautiful voice to playing the almost tragically beautiful flute to the music, and then she just boom right back to her vocals and never messes up. So if you get the chance to look up The Lash, also do that. Oh my God, they were amazing. The things that I was dumbfounded. Again, there was a fiddle involved, so I went into my autistic trance and was like, fuck everybody else. But the flute part really got me. Like, at one point, I think I was standing on the side of the stage where she was the closest, and I was watching her. I wasn't even watching the rest of the band, because she just so simply just, from vocal to flute, just back and forth, and never missed anything.
That was like Chirp's bassist. Oh my God, when he did that solo with his hands, and his hands are just in crazy positions, it was like, wow.
I know.
Dude. What a great band that was, too.
The best part was the musicians themselves. You could see the joy and the absolute focus on every single one of them's face. Like, they've not reached that point where they've gotten big, so they kind of don't try as hard anymore. Sorry, I'm not saying big bands don't, but you guys know what I'm saying. You don't see that passion. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you see the love and
passion that you seen coming out of these people. It made you excited. It really did, because you knew they were into what they were doing, which made you more into hearing the music. fucking phenomenal.
Well, the greatest thing about this festival too is just the variety. It reminded me of like late 80s Lollapalooza. I mean, when we came in, the first band we saw was this guy who just performs with other musicians, but he's on the verge of being beside, and this guy's like
Eric
a
Eagleman.
John Denver, and he's singing a John Denver tune, and he's got the classic sound like that and the guitar, and that was just some crazy talent.
Yeah, I think the guy's name was Eric Ingblade. Eric Ingblade. Some of the coolest shit in the world. I seriously, I don't even know which band to mention more. Like, I don't. Other than the Ruppel brothers and their mom doing this benefit thing that started all of this, I admire you guys. Like, you pulled off some shit, and the fact that you've been able to do it every year is even cooler. So, and the bands.
Yeah, if you had to pick a favorite and we're doing that America's Got Talent or something, that'd be like a 2-3-way tie. It would be so hard to pick an absolute favorite.
Where we could, we tried to go up after the performances and get pictures and talk to them. But when you talk to these people, you can totally tell they're genuinely good people. Like, I've never met musicians that were so humble. Like, you're trying to tell, like, okay, for instance, the Ruppel brothers, you try to tell them how great they were, and the one son, I heard him do it with multiple people. He like comes back at you with such gratitude that it's like, wait, I'm trying to thank you. Like, but that's how they are. And then we're walking back, when I got the migraine, we're walking back to where the car was, and who pulls up but Shelly, their mom, and she's like, do you guys need a ride?
Oh yeah.
So she picks us up,
great people,
and takes us back to where the car is, and she's like, do you need blankets or anything? Are you cold? I'm like, you guys are amazing.
Yeah, they're not getting paid for any of this. I mean, the money probably goes just to be able to rent the park from the city.
Yeah, they now do it to benefit others also, and like to do this, it's like I love you guys. I love the Ruppel family. You guys are amazing. The fact that you guys do all this and that you're humble and kind and loving. Oh, I'm telling you, I even told Shelly last night, I'm like, you definitely have done everything right. I'm like, because that's just not how people are. When you hear them talk, like at the end of the set even, they're like, you know, saying, thank you for coming out. Thank you for being here. And this son got emotional. Like, he really meant what he was saying, you know? Like, he enjoyed performing for everybody who was there. And that's what he took from it. He enjoyed giving it to everybody, and it was great.
That opening song they came out with, though, that was just...
Oh, I know.
Incredible.
I know.
Incredible.
Are you guys... I'm telling you, I'm going to sit down and better lay this out. But the ones that we've mentioned, you've got to go check them out. You have to. They were... It had like a 90s feel to it, too. That very first song.
Oh, yeah. These guys could do Alice in Chains. Like, we're talking from like the Sap album and Jar of Flies. They got the instrumental in the back and that, and it's like the first song they came out with, it's like you could feel that 90s grunge power, and it almost felt new again.
Yes.
So
that's what I was gonna say. I felt like that fucking teenager again when he started to like just deep sing into that microphone. I was like, yeah, like he didn't just sing the words. Like, his whole emotion was in it. Like, oh my God, I'm telling you guys, you will love the Ruppel brothers. Check them out. Especially that song. That one I gotta go down and like keep in my list. Holy shit. It was amazing. This is definitely when you keep your ticket as a memento. Like, that shit was cool. And now I gotta go every year, you know? This will be like our new Ozfest.
Oh.
Because I like it because it's newer bands.
Well, there's a lot more fight. Yeah, that's what's cool is some of these guys are making their first album. They're getting noticed. They're recording in their first big studios. Almost all the bands are local Michigan bands. For those of you out there looking for local Michigan talent. So. Yeah,
and like we said, it's cool because when you're meeting them, they jumped our car. You know what I'm saying? Like the one person that we see in the whole entire hotel just happens to be from the band that we saw the night before.
The crazy thing is they were a band we were still talking about too. So to actually see them the next day, it was like, dude.
Yeah. So now when they get big, that's like, I could be like, oh, dude. Like,
they jumped our car, man.
Yeah. That's so cool. And now even all the other people that we've met and shook hands with and took pictures and oh my goodness. It was definitely an experience that I am grateful for. Very grateful for. Plus, we got to tell a bunch of people about the podcast and got a couple more people to start following us and hopefully more. I think we do need to do the business cards. It'd be a good idea.
You should have seen the business cards they first made for the show when they said we needed them. We have these metric stickers that you put on the marijuana products. That was working at the computer room at work. So I just peeled off like 5 or 10 of them and wrote a little hit of ganja talk at YouTube and was handing people.
You should take a metric tag like that and use that as an example and actually put that on, like have a card made with one that looks like it's there and actually say that on it. That would be a good way to do it. I'm telling you. This is going somewhere. Look how stupid I look. I have and I am a billboard. I have High Life Farms, Adidas, Nike, a Hollister sweatshirt underneath that. Nike shoes, at least my shoes match one of the things I have on my upper torso. What the fuck? It's been a long couple days, but it was worth it. I look like shit, but I enjoyed myself.
That's what happens after festival.
And, yes, I couldn't wait to say this. And this is weird, maybe, but I'm proud of it. We stayed sober. I took a couple fucking shots of pickle shot stuff, and that was it. Like, we just straight up smoked weed. Like, no drugs, nothing. I love it. I love it. Because fucking a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to say that.
No. A year ago, we wouldn't have remembered we were at a festival.
I know. I'd have been like, I went to a festival. You guys have been like, who was there? People that played music.
Wasn't that like a week ago?
Yeah, right? Right? People would be like, you went a month ago. Oh. I thought it was yesterday. I don't know. I'm so happy I'm sober. I just snorted again. I think I have sinus issues. Maybe my septum's fucked up. I've been snorting.
You should have heard her snoring in the car last night, crashing out of it.
Yeah, apparently I was in this bitch sawing logs. Oh, I gotta tell you guys all a story. This is fucked up. So the other day I was looking up funny but true facts, right? And one of them was Scotland's national animal is a fucking unicorn. Bitch, what? I was like, I don't like the fact I'm Scottish even a little more now. Yep, national animal's a fucking unicorn. But the second one got me. The second one said, do you know where chainsaws originated?
Huh. I'm going to say...
In the 1800s, it was used as a medical device. Whoa. Hear me out. Labor. What? Yeah, I said it. Labor. Huh? Go look this up. This is true. They didn't have, of course it didn't have the saw blade on it at that point. It was used to stretch the muscles to open the woman up. And then, like, I don't know, 15 years later, somebody said, hey, I bet if we put a saw blade on that, we could cut wood. And they did. That's where the chainsaw was born. It was used to help things be born. How fucking come at me with a chainsaw in the middle? I will fucking kill somebody.
Every woman that was going to get a C-section listen to this is like, no.
Well, no, see, that's just it. It wasn't for the C-section. They would attach it inside the vagina against the muscles. And they would use it to separate the muscles and open the woman who would not dilate. You know how nowadays when we don't dilate, they got shit they give you? Back then, they gave you a thing that was a chainsaw without the blade, and they turned it until you opened up. Like a barn door. Like, what? What?
She's practicing for that drunk history thing, you can tell.
I don't know if we should do drunk history. We should do drunk facts, because holy fuck.
Drunk facts.
That is the most
you
crazy.
You can trust me because I'm drunk.
Oh, I'll even put where I get the shit from.
And then you're just drinking and talking all. You're like, hello.
The shit that I was reading on these true fact things, I was like,
oh no.
His car was ringing. He's in trouble.
Yes.
Fucking trouble.
Big trouble. We should probably actually...
Yeah, I should probably get myself situated, moved in.
Yeah.
To where I'm moving. I just look like a dragon. It came out my nose and my mouth. Oh. Alright. So, that's our little tidbit. The music festival was fucking phenomenal.
Yes,
you guys gotta
was.
check out these bands.
Definitely.
Amazing. We love the Repple Brothers. We love you, Shelly. You're amazing. We love your guys' story. I admire all of you guys. I admire the music. We'll definitely be back. For sure. Look forward to more videos on this stuff too, because we're gonna get it all situated, and we're getting him all situated on TikTok so he can start being a retard like me.
I'll probably be worse.
I hope so. It'd be nice if somebody else would be worse than me. All right. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.